And welcome to English with Speaker. My name is Tanya. I'm waiting for YouTube to notify you that I'm live. Sorry, a hair. That I'm live and we are going to start. Today we're going to talk about 4 grammar traps all intermediate students fall into, because today we want to bring our English level. We want to raise our English level. We want to bring our English to the next level. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Very well. Everything is working perfectly well. Waiting for you to join. I will give it a couple of minutes. And so far I'm going to open YouTube as well, simply because for now I don't have this opportunity to write in the chat itself. Okay, good, we are here. Okay. Hello everybody. How are you today? Turning off my phone and we are good. Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to English with Speaker. A special welcome to all our intermediate learners out there. Let me know in the chat what's the one grammar topic that still confuses you, even after studying it many times. What's the one grammar topic that still confuses you, even after studying it many times? I'm going to pop that question in the chat real quick so that if anyone's going to join us, they may see this question. All right. Now I see that people are joining. Good. Good. So while you're joining, I'm going to tell you what we are going to do today. So today we're moving beyond the basics. Yeah, this live stream is for those of you who feel stuck. You know the rules for example, for the present perfect, but you still make mistakes. You want to sound more sophisticated, more precise, especially in exams like IELTS or TOEFL, right? So this is your intermediate grammar masterclass. We're going to tackle 4 grammar points you think you know, but where the real challenge is in the details. Okay, so of course it is going to be an interactive workout. I'll give you a challenge, you'll put your answers in the chat and we'll master it together, because I will also give you explanations. So I hope that you are ready to break through the intermediate plateau. I hope that you really want that. I hope that you want to improve your English. All right. Then I also have hello hello Dimitri, nice to see you. I hope that you are ready to improve your English. I hope that you are ready to level it up. As usual, I'm going to warn you that sometimes my software disconnects from the presentation, but that won't stop us from improving, right? So the first challenge is gerunds versus infinitives. We all know some verbs are followed by a gerund, that is a verb ing, and some by an infinitive, that is a to plus a verb, right? But what about the verbs that can take both? A gerund, verb ing, and to infinitive. And in this case, the meaning changes completely. Now, I want you to look at these two sentences. He remembered to lock the door, or he remembered locking the door. Look at these two sentences. Now, which person has a memory of doing something in the past? A person A or a person B? He remembered to lock the door, or he remembered locking the door. Which one is about a memory of doing something in the past? Write your answers in the chat. Is it A? Is it B? Yeah, no need to write the whole sentence, of course, just A or B. What are your ideas? Let me know. Okay. Oh, I just understood that it is a little bit dark today, but today is very cloudy in Budapest, but sometimes it clears up and so it becomes really bright. Yeah. Okay, I see the first answer. B. He remembered to lock the door. He remembered locking the door. Yes, the correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. You are right. Hooray! Well done. Well done. We need to remember that. Remembering, locking, we're looking at B. Remember doing something. You have a memory of a past action. Remember to do something. You didn't forget to do a task. I can give you some other examples that maybe would be easier to understand. For example, you, in the morning, you leave for work and someone from your family tells you, remember to buy milk. Remember to buy milk. That means that they give you the task so that you wouldn't forget to do it. So you buy milk, you come back home, in the morning you wake up, you want to have your coffee with milk. You open the fridge and there is no milk. But you did buy it in the past. And you may say, oh, I remember buying milk. Where has it all gone, right? I guess sometimes that happens. It is called night eaters. Yeah. Then another one, we will move on to the next one. We're still in the same category, but a different verb and a slightly different task. So look here. I regret to tell, or I regret telling you that your application was unsuccessful. Which one is correct? Do we need to tell or telling? Good. Do we need to tell or telling? Let me know. What do you think? I regret to tell or I regret telling in this situation? Waiting for your answers. I regret telling. Okay. Dimitro, what do you think? What are your thoughts about it? I regret to tell you. Yes, and that's right. It's to tell. I regret to tell you that your application was unsuccessful. So, if regret is followed by a to infinitive, it is a formal way to give bad news. Yeah, I regret to tell you. I regret to inform you. I regret to... Well, usually I regret to tell you or I regret to inform you. These are two phrases that are usually used in this way. And they are formal phrases. Okay, we have also Dian. Hello. Hello. Yeah, so we need to tell here. And if the other way around. If we put a gerund after regret, it's about a past action you wish you hadn't done. For example, you have a secret. A very secret. And actually, no one is supposed to know about it. But, I don't know, there is some moment and you tell this secret, you spill the beans, you spill the tea to your friend. And you know that this friend talks. And the next day, everybody knows the secret. So you sit at home and you say, oh, I regret telling her that secret. Yeah, so I wish I hadn't done that. I regret telling her that. Or him, yeah. Everyone talks. Everybody talks. Yeah, so keep that in mind because I'm going to test you at the end. All right. We are moving on to the next challenge, and that is the passive voice. Ooh, passive voice. You know the basic passive, but can you use it in the present perfect or the future? Let's have a look at this. Just a second. Let's have a look at this sentence. They have not made a decision yet. I didn't use any contractions. I just put it in full because it would be easier. So they have not made a decision yet. Okay, now I would like you to start a sentence with the word, or the words, two words, a decision, and make a passive sentence. How can we change this to the passive? Let's see, can you do it? While you're thinking how you can do it, I must say that though passive voice is not that popular in spoken English, like when you speak, people use it, of course, but passive voice is mostly typical for writing. Yeah, especially when you're at the exams, like TOEFL, IELTS, you need passive voice. So, what are your thoughts? How can you make the passive voice from this sentence starting with the word a decision? A decision. I understand that it might take you longer to type your answer. Yeah, so I'm going to wait for that. I will give it 30 seconds more. Let me give you 30 seconds more. While I'm waiting for your replies, I will, as usual, have my sip of water. I love that you are very active today. This is great. More activity, more learning, for sure. Okay, so what are your ideas? Do you have any ideas how to make the passive voice out of this sentence? All right, I think I'm going to reveal that sentence. Yeah? Second. Okay. I'm doing the switcheroo. And here how it should go. A decision has not been made yet. A decision has not been made yet. So the formula, the structure is have, has, plus been, plus past participle. Plus past participle. Well, basically, the passive voice is normally has be in some form and past participle. And of course, it depends on what tense this sentence is in, and this is how we can explain the auxiliary or helping verbs. Yeah, so here the auxiliary verb or the helping verb is have, but we start a sentence with a decision and we change it to has because has is singular. Then we need be in the correct form for perfect, and that would be the third form of the verb has not been and then made, the third form of the verb. Okay, let's try doing that with future. Now you see, someone will deliver the package tomorrow. Someone will deliver the package tomorrow. Your task is to start the sentence with the package, and turn it into the passive form. So, remember, auxiliary verb, be in the correct form, and then past participle or the third form of the verb. So can you turn this sentence into the passive voice? I will give you 1 minute. Okay. We also, while you are typing your answers, you also have to know that when we use the passive form, it means that the person doing this action is either unknown or is not important. Okay. So, what are your ideas? 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. The package will be delivered tomorrow by someone. Very well done. Perfect. Yes, the package will be delivered tomorrow. Amazing job. Okay. Yes, that's right. Perfect. Now, moving on to the next challenge and relative clauses. So, the big question is, yay for Marcella. I hope that I read your name correctly. Yay. Okay. So, the big question is, when do you use a comma? Because as you can see, we have a defining and non-defining relative clause. And can you use that in defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause? So now I want you to have a look at these two sentences. Which one has extra non-essential information? The man who lives next door is a doctor. My brother who lives next door is a doctor. Which relative clause has extra non-essential information? Or which sentence has extra non-essential information? Let's see what your thoughts are. Oh, wow, this is so great. I'm so happy to see you here. Yay! Hello to Brazil from Budapest. This is so cool. Yay! So, what are your ideas? Which sentence has extra non-essential information? Let me know. Dimitri B. Thanks, dear. Welcome. And thank you. The man. Okay. Well, actually, the correct answer is B. Let me show it to you. Okay, just a second. I'm going to do the jump. Yes, it's B. The correct answer is B. In sentence A, who lives next door is essential. Because imagine we just delete this part, who lives next door. And we have the man is a doctor. What man? There are so many men. So what man is a doctor? Or which man, if we have some selection, right? So like we need to define this man. This is very important information. Only the man who lives next door is a doctor. All other men in this staircase are not doctors. The man who lives right next door. And my brother who lives next door is a doctor. If we remove this information, who lives next door, my brother is a doctor. We know that this person has a brother, and that's already his definition. Again, that works if this person has one brother or just gives some additional information about this one brother. Because if the person has like, I don't know, 7 brothers, then it would be the first case without any commas, but you will see that only in writing. Yeah. So, sentence A has a defining relative clause. No commas. It defines this man. It's very important. In sentence B, we already know who my brother is. Not some random man, yeah, my brother. So this info is extra, and it is non-defining relative clause, and we must use commas. These commas are very important in case you want to take an exam, in case you write an important email, for example. Yeah, it's formal, formal texting, maybe between your colleagues, between you and your boss, and clients, and so on. So on paper, yeah, nowadays, on paper, we need these commas. Now, for that versus which rule? Yeah, that versus which rule? I forgot to put it into my presentation, but I'm now going to put 2 sentences in the chat. A and B. You can see them now. A, my car that is red is very old. My car, which is red, is very old. So which sentence is correct? My car that is red is very old. My car, which is red, is very old. Which sentence is correct? Waiting for your answers in the chat. Oh, I love the activity today. This is so cool. Feels live, you know. It's live stream and it feels live. Yes, so that's cool. Okay. What are your thoughts? Is A correct or maybe B correct? Waiting for your answers. Just in case I put these 2 sentences in the chat because, oh my God, I don't have a slide with them. B, okay. Okay. B sentence is correct. We will wait for more replies. Okay, more answers. So far we have B. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and deal is correct. Yes, the correct answer is B, and the golden rule is you can never use that in a non-defining clause. That is the one with the commas. Yeah, we never use that in a non-defining clause. We only use it in a defining clause, as here, A, the man that lives next door is a doctor. Remember that. We use that only in clauses where information is important. I know that when you learn this rule at pre-intermediate level, that is A2, you learn that you can use either that or which or who. But as you learn more nuances, you should understand and remember that that is actually only used for defining clauses. Only for defining clauses. Okay. And next challenge. Next challenge is this. Articles with abstract and uncountable nouns. So, you know a car, that's a countable noun. But what about words or nouns that we cannot count, right? Or they're abstract. And we also cannot count them because they are abstract. Like love, education, or happiness. Now, look at these two sentences. Which sentence is correct? The education is important for everyone. Or education is important for everyone. So do we need the education or education? Is it A or B? Which sentence is correct? A or B? What are your thoughts? Articles, by the way, are very challenging for everyone. Yeah, because they are crazy. There are rules and there are some exceptions to the rules. And then you learn more and more. Oof. So here, do we need to say the education or just education? Dale says B is correct. Okay, I think B, but waiting for the teacher's check. Okay, good. All right. Okay, well, actually, you are right. Yeah, you're all right. It's B. Education is important. When we talk about abstract nouns in a general sense, we use no article, yeah, because in a general sense, education is important for everyone. That's right. But when do we use the then? Because with abstract and uncountable nouns, we can only use the or no article. Well, when we make it specific, I want you to look at this sentence. We have another abstract noun here, kindness. I will never forget something kindness you showed me last week. Is it some specific kindness or in general? What is the correct answer here? Do we need the kindness or no article? Let's think. What are your ideas? Waiting for your answers. Yeah, you need to answer the question. I think we don't need the. Okay. You need to answer the question, is it some specific kindness or this person is kind in general? We can actually understand it from this sentence. The. That's right. Here we need the. Because it's the specific kindness, we can understand it by last week. Like last week, you were kind to me. So I will never forget the kindness, that kindness. Last week, kindness. This week, you're horrible. But that week, perfect. Yeah, perfect. All right. So now here is a challenge for you. Yeah, this is the final challenge. The blitz round, let's call it so. So you will see a sentence and you have to fill in the gap with the correct option. Just a second. It has, again, disconnected. Now we are all back to normal. So, the first challenge, I tried to stop or stopping the car, but the brakes failed. I tried to stop or stopping the car. but the brakes failed. I know that we didn't discuss a to infinitive and the verb ing after the verb try, but let's use your intuition. What are your guts telling you? It's a bit tricky. I know, but that's another way to learn things, by the way. Yeah. So, quick answers. Stopping, okay. Don't forget to put double P. Yes, stopping. Otherwise, we'll change the pronunciation. When I read the comments and when I speak, sometimes my brain and my mouth disconnect. Stopping, to stop, to stop. That's right. I tried to stop the car. Yeah, I tried to stop the car, but the brakes failed. Yeah, I tried to stop the car, but the brakes failed. The rule is the following. Try to do something. Yeah, try plus a to infinitive. It means that you put a lot of effort into it. When you use an ing, yeah, verb ing like try plus a verb ing, that means to experiment. For example, in Europe, we are having a heat wave. At least we had been having until yesterday. We had been having the heat wave. So people tried airing their apartments and cooling down their apartments different ways, like opening windows was not an option, so air conditioners, cooling mattresses, and so on. So like try doing something, you experiment. When you try to do something, you put a lot of effort into it. Like for example, now you try to complete these tasks because you put a lot of effort into it. No, it's not because this sentence in the simple past. It's just that try changes the meaning if it is followed by a to infinitive or by a verb ing. So remember, try to do, you put effort into it. Yeah, you put a lot of energy into it. Try doing something, you experiment with it. Okay, next. The new stadium is building or is being built right now? Is building or is being built right now? Okay. Remember, this is the passive voice. Yes, so we need an auxiliary verb and then be in the correct form and then the third form of the verb. So, good example effort. Okay, good. Is being built, all right. That's the first answer. Let's wait for others. Okay, I will give you 5. 4 is being built, yeah, because right now it's present continuous. We need to show it is being built. Okay, 2 and 1. Yeah, the new stadium is being built right now. Is being built right now. Good. Yes, this is the passive voice of present continuous. Yes, this is the passive voice of present continuous. Because you can see is, that is the auxiliary or the helping verb of present continuous. We show continuous form by putting the verb be in its continuous form, being. And then for the passive voice, we need verb 3 or the past participle. Next one. Again. Okay, good. So the woman who or that called earlier left a message. Which one is correct? I'm going to warn you, this one is a tricky one. So, which one is correct? Who or that? Who or that? What are your thoughts? Who, okay. That. Hello to our newcomers. That. Who? That's why I said that it was tricky. We can use both here. First of all, this is a relative clause. Who or that called earlier, that is important information, because if we just say the woman left a message, then it can be any woman. What woman? Right? Then that's why we don't put commas here. Then for the person, we usually, for people, yeah, we usually use who. But we can also use that for people and objects. That's why both are correct. Yes, that's right. Both are correct. And the last one. She gave me something, advice that changed my life, or she gave me the advice that changed my life. So do we need this definite article here? Or we do not? What are your thoughts? Let me know. What are your thoughts? The. The first answer is the. But what do others think? Do you think we need an article here or not? We cannot use an with advice because advice is an uncountable noun in the English language. I understand that probably it differs from your native language, because it differs from my native language, and to my mind it was illogical at all, but it is what it is. The rules are that advice is an uncountable noun in the English language. So you can have a piece of advice. Yes, that's right. A piece of advice. Some advice. Yeah, it also doesn't have any plural form. So a piece of advice, two pieces of advice, or some advice. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I know these crazy articles. Oh my god. Okay, so we need the here. She gave me the advice that changed my life. Yeah, we may read the before a noun that starts with a vowel sound, like advice, like the apple, the orange, the advice, like the apple, the orange, the advice. Yeah, she gave me the advice that changed my life. This is like some special advice that she gave him or her, them, that she gave them. And this special advice changed their life. That's why we need them. Yes. Good. Okay, I hope that some things are clearer now, but I understand that there are still confusing grammar points. So what is the most confusing grammar point for you? Or what was the most confusing grammar point? Because here it was in the form of like test, teach, test. Yeah. Less explanation than on a usual lesson, but still. So we had challenge 1, gerunds versus infinitives. Then still then the passive voice. Then we also had articles with abstract nouns and relative clauses. Hard question. A lot of. Okay. Then I think I should do such live streams more often, yeah, to correct any grammar mistake that may occur. But so far, that is actually it from me. That's it from me. I hope that you enjoyed this live stream, and I hope that this masterclass helped you. So please click that like button, hit it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There are so many useful videos. Share it with your friends and family. Let the whole world know that this is some useful YouTube channel. Infinitive use is difficult one. Yeah, I get it. It is difficult because there are no rules. It annoys every student. Yeah, I know, because there are no rules. You just have to remember these verbs. Yeah, they're crazy. Okay. All right. So, share with everyone this YouTube channel, share that I'm here giving you useful information. Join me next time on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Budapest time, and have a good week. Yay! I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Have a good week. See you next time. Bye-bye.